Welcome to HSGame time. Hey, Pet, you in there?
Oh, I'm here, Keyshawn Holmes, and your Vista Murrieta Broncos are in the CIF Finals for the 4th straight season. They'll take on Centennial, who knocked off Upland. The Rancho Verde is back in the title game after hanging on against a gutty Paloma Valley squad. The Kaiser Cats went to Heritage and used their stingy defense to upset the Patriots. Citrus Hill took care of business against league rival Tahquitz. The Hawks are headed to the Eastern Division Championship to meet Serrano, who defeated Carter. And you're looking at the area's new single-season rushing record holder, Rim of the World's Jacob Taylor. The Fighting Scots punched their ticket to the finals. The Saturday Scouting Report is brought to you by Lake Chevrolet. We're driven to keep you satisfied. And Hibbett Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, your hometown dealer. Check out the first anniversary sale. I'm in a cheery mood. It's the holidays, so let's unwrap this edition of the Saturday Scouting Report. The show starts now. Welcome to the #1 high school football show in all of Southern California. You won't find more highlights than right here at HSGame Time. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. Well, many of you wanted it. Now you got it. It's Centennial versus Vista Murrieta, the rematch for the Inland Division Championship. Sounds great. Let's get the party started with Matt Logan and his Huskies hooking up with undefeated Upland from the Baseline League. Sammy Logan on the sidelines, but not suited up for this one. Good luck this season, Sammy, playing hoops for the Huskies. First quarter and first drive for Centennial. Barely a minute into this one, and it's Robert Weber to Devontae McNeely for the touchdown. 7-zip Centennial. Still in the first. The Highlanders answer. Quarterback Nate Romine flings up this pass, and it's Anthony Romero on the other end, hauling in the touchdown. We're tied at 7. Still in the first. Centennial marches down, and Austin Rankin punches in the score. Huskies on top 14-7. A furious first quarter in this game. Now it's Weber to Chase Cravache. Down the sideline, cuts back in. Touchdown Centennial. Huskies leading 22-7. Second quarter, the Huskies defense stepping up. Gavin Andrews coming up with the INT. Then on the next Upland offensive possession, Mequan Johnson and Jalen Johnson combine for the big stop. Upland would get into the red zone looking for the end zone, but there's John Plattenberg coming up with a timely interception. The return would be brought back on a penalty, though. So it's now Centennial with the ball, but the Highlanders repay the favor. Nafe Lokotui comes up with the interception. Upland would capitalize on the turnover. Tyler Bratton goes in for the touchdown to make it 22-14. And then later in the second quarter, Bratton punches in another score to make it 22-21 at the half. But Centennial, too much in this one. The Huskies go on to win 46-36 your final score. So Centennial is back in the title game. And they will get Vista Murrieta, the Broncos having no problem with Rancho Cucamonga in the Inland Semifinals. Curtis Bolton with the game of his life. The sack there for Vista Murrieta. Still in the first quarter, it's Bolton again. Man up. Wreaking havoc on defense for the Broncos. Early second quarter, Broncos on the doorstep. Knock, knock, I'm home. Nick Stevens on the keeper, 7-zip, Vista Murrieta. The Broncos defense holding up their end of the bargain too. Tyler Van Dyke and Bryce Smith bringing it big time. Rancho Cucamonga found it difficult against this defense. Smith on the blitz. You can't stop it. The Broncos defense coming up with big play after big play. Let's fast forward to the third quarter. Rancho Cucamonga on the 1-yard line, 4th down, and the Broncos turn them away. Denied. Second half, Vista Murrieta cranks it up on offense. Stevens to Jamie Nunnally. Just like that, 14-zip Broncos in the lead. We haven't heard from that Curtis Bolton guy in a while. How about sack number 4 in the game for Bolton? Let's check out the Broncos special teams. Sua Cravens slips in there and gets a hand on that punt for the block. Now early fourth quarter, the Broncos add to their lead. Stevens to Tyler Cook, putting Vista Murrieta up 21-zip. The Broncos beginning to bury Rancho Cucamonga. Philip Jones Ward says, I got this. The pick 6 house call. PJW will not take no for an answer and muscles his way to the paint to give Vista Murrieta a 28-0 lead. The Broncos seal the deal on this play. What up, Holmes? Keyshawn Holmes rips off the long touchdown run, and Vista Murrieta will get a shot to defend their title, winning 34-0.
Hey, you see that? It's game time.
The Broncos are now a perfect 13-0 on the season. In fact, they've been undefeated on the field of play 2 years straight. So it's Centennial at Vista Murrieta Friday, 7:30 for the Inland Division Championship. The winner will be in the mix for a Southern California State Bowl game. The two schools met last season. Remember, Centennial led 28-27 inside the final minutes of the game. That's when Vista Murrieta quarterback Nick Stevens broke loose on this touchdown run. The Broncos added the 2-point conversion, giving Vista Murrieta a 35-28 win for the CIF Championship. But because they had 5 forfeits, they were left on the outside looking in at a State Bowl appearance. In the Central Division, the Rancho Verde is headed back to the finals to make it back-to-back CIF titles. The Mustangs will meet Kaiser on Saturday. The Rancho Verde had his hands full with Paloma Valley. My man, Damian Gallardo, doing a great job with the video. David Solis, the touchdown for the Wildcats. He finished with 191 yards in the game. Then it's Mustangs quarterback Malcolm Hill to Andrew Bell for the great grab. That would set up a score, and Rancho Verde led 14-7 at the half. Third quarter, Sharon Jones now in the game at quarterback, and he hasn't missed a beat. Hooks up with DAMORE'EA Stringfellow on the 65-yard touchdown. Mustangs up 21-7. Hello, Jonesy, back from a broken leg earlier this season. Later in the third, Paloma Valley cuts into that Mustangs lead. Bebo, Brent Bohm on the quarterback keeper makes it 21-14. Early in the fourth quarter, Cedric, the touchdown maker Peterson, goes 29 yards on this scoring scamper, making it a 28-14 game. The Wildcats were down, but not out. Bebo, the nice run for Paloma Valley, and then later on that same drive in the red zone, Paloma Valley coughs it up and squanders a great opportunity. Later in the fourth, Wildcats with the ball once again. They make it a 1-touchdown game when Bebo connects with C.J. Parker. 35-28 now. Paloma Valley would get the ball back one more time to try and tie this thing up, but there's angry linebacker DIMONE BACKUS with the interception. The Rancho Verde hangs on versus Paloma Valley 35-28.
Everybody doubted us at the beginning of the year, but we stuck together as a team, as a family, paid attention to what our coaches had to say, and we came out, and I mean, this is where we are right now. So we got another week, big week of hard practice, and let's get it done. Gotta get it done. That's it.
It's been work. It's been work. Ups and downs throughout the whole season. But the whole season we lost early, but we gained. We gained back, and the goal's right here.
All right.
So it's now about time to push that extra step.
Over at Heritage, the Patriots took on Kaiser. Game tied at 7 at the break. Third quarter, Desmond Ferreira, the nice run for the Cats. And how about quarterback Raymond Padilla? Nothing doing, so he tucks it away and he is off to the races. Everybody loves Raymond. Deep into Patriots territory there with a nice run. Then it's Marquette Washington. Marky Mark to the paint. Kaiser takes the lead 13-7. Heritage had an uphill battle with that Kaiser defense. Quarterback Matt Bradshaw earning some yards the hard way there on that run. Now it's Bradshaw. Back to pass, lets it fly, but Kaiser's Ray Vera comes down with the INT. Later, Heritage facing fourth down. They go for it to the end zone, but Wesley Lewis is there to break it all up for the Cats. Now it's Kaiser with the ball late in the fourth quarter, looking to run off the clock. The ball is loose. The Patriots scoop it up and score. Kaiser says, hey, it's not a fumble. Heritage says, yeah, it is. The referees talk it out, and they say no touchdown, no fumble on the play. He was down. Last chance for Heritage. Bradshaw to Marvin Hefo, trying to make a miracle with no time on the clock, but even the great Marvin Hefo can't get it done this time. Kaiser wins this semifinal battle 13-7. The Cats are moving on to the championship game.
Hey, we played together as a football team. That's what we've had to do, for 3 weeks in a row and throughout the whole football season. You got to be a little bit lucky in these type of games. I felt we had a lot of luck on our side this evening.
So here it is. Kaiser will get a crack at the defending CIF champs, the Rancho Verde. This will be a Saturday game and a classic offense versus defense kind of game. Now to the Eastern Division, where Citrus Hill is seeking its first CIF title since 2008. The Hawks have been soaring through the playoffs en route to a final showdown with Serrano. The Hawks taking on league rival Tahquitz in the Eastern Division semifinals. Tahquitz had a rough time with their Mountain Pass League foe. Trying to move the ball on Citrus Hill, quarterback Ben Moreno to Nolan Valdez for a chunk of yards right there. But now we join the Hawks on offense. Quarterback Trevor Hodge to Justin Clarkston. The nice forearm gives him a couple more yards on the end of that catch. Now it's Hodge to his favorite target, KJ Young. Touchdown, Citrus Hill, 7-zip. Now it's Hodge airing it out to Donovan Lindsay. He will come down with it, and the Hawks are back in business. That's my PJ. PJ Walker in for the touchdown. Citrus Hill goes on to the shutout. 37-0, the final score. So the Hawks will take on Serrano in the final. Serrano edging Carter in the semis. This was a battle of undefeated teams. The Lions built a 14-7 lead after 3 quarters of play. But Serrano would rally late in the final frame to pull out the victory and punch its ticket to the finals and a date with Citrus Hill. Tied at 14, less than 3 minutes to go. Quarterback Daniel Epperson runs in the winning touchdown as Serrano knocks off Carter by a final of 21-14. So here's your finals matchup in the Eastern Division. 13-0 Citrus Hill hosting 13-0 Serrano. It has the makings of a classic game. In the East Valley Division, Rim of the World will play for a section championship when the Fightin' Scots will be at home for Ontario Christian. Rim used a historic, record-breaking night from running back Jacob Taylor to secure a spot in the finals. Team Jacob went off against Banning in the semifinals. First quarter, Taylor goes 16 yards for the touchdown, giving Rim the 28-7 lead. On the opposite side, the Sty Hairston experience bottled up for the most part outside of a long touchdown run and touchdown return. Jamie Taylor, the hard hit for the Fightin' Scots. Taylor piled up 387 yards in the game, shattering the area's single-season rushing record set by Valley View's David Dotson in 1991. Team Jacob also dropped 7 touchdowns on Banning. This one, number 7, giving Rim the 55-20 lead. And how about some love for Chase Bodar? Get in there! Rim of the World is victorious, 69-20, your final score. So it's the Fightin' Scots taking on top-seeded Ontario Christian, who needed overtime to outlast Tarupa Hills 34-33. This will mark Rim of the World's first trip to a section championship since 1976. I've got the winners right here, and the awards go to
Player of the Week.
When you set the area's all-time rushing record in a single season, you have to be the Player of the Week. There's a rule somewhere about that. Team Jacob. Jacob Taylor now owns the second best rushing season in state history. He's also closing in on 4,000 yards on the year with 3,782 with 1 game to go. I'd say there's a really good chance he'll become Mr. 4,000. But for now, you can just call him the Saturday Scouting Report Player of the Week.
Play of the Week.
The Play of the Week goes to the Rancho Verde linebacker, DIMONE BACKUS. He picked a great time for his first high school pick, intercepting a pass late in the game to preserve the Mustangs' victory versus Paloma Valley. It's DIMONE BACKUS delivering the Play of the Week. I want to thank you for watching the Saturday Scouting Report all season long. Please join us for HSGame time this upcoming week for special championship coverage of the CIF Finals. Look for exclusive live shows as we break down the title games. I'm Pep Fernandez, and thanks for watching the Saturday Scouting Reports.